And Sandeep Sharma, who got Klaassen out. That over in particular could have maybe gone for 15 or 20. It didn't because of Sandeep Sharma, who was superb this evening.
It's been really intriguing to see the fast bowlers bowl here, and that's the strength that Sunrisers possess. You've got the OG, experienced Bhuvaneshwar, and Pat Cummins himself. They have to restrict the
wickets while it moves. Pat Cummins, he might take one up front, but then he'll go to work in the middle stages of the game as well, where he's been a master of those off-pace deliveries. And then you've got Natarajan, again, similar to Sandeep, who'll take pace off the ball, bowl good Yorkers, execute the death, and be hoping to close out for 15 or 20. It didn't because of Sandeep Sharma, who was superb this evening.
It's been really intriguing to see the fast bowlers bowl here, and that's the strength that Sunrisers possess. You've got the OG, experienced Bhuvaneshwar, and Pat Cummins himself. They have to restrict the Royals.
Way of scoring.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the new standard. I know that impact subs have played a major role in that. In my one hair.
In the beard, it's okay, it works. Henrik Klaassen, has that little innings just given them enough of an impetus to get
Their Rajasthan Royals bowling effort went about things. I just want to remind people of something that I said very early in the piece here as role, and Sandeep Sharma, who got Klaassen out. That over in particular could have maybe gone for 15 or 20. It didn't because of Sandeep Sharma, who was superb this evening.
It's been really intriguing to see the fast bowlers bowl here, and that's the strength that Sunrisers possess. You've got the OG, experienced Bhuvaneshwar, and Pat Cummins himself. They have to restrict the Royals.
And then you've got Natarajan, again, similar to Sandeep, who...
But it all comes down to Bhuvi. He was there in 2016 to ensure that he restricts this lineup that has got the meat in the middle order.
And look, similar to the way that Shabazz got out as well, I get the feeling, sorry, Abhishek Sharma, I got the feeling that it'll actually test him out with the short ball. Jaswal's been out a number of times, caught flat-footed, trying to pull the ball to the bigger side of the ground.
Ever that they will be facing off in a final here on Amul Cricket Live with Kevin Peterson and Matthew Hayden. Let's have a look at what we have planned for you on the show. All the conversations leading up into this final, especially here at Chepauk, was the fact that, Sunrisers may just not have the kind of spinners that other teams do, but the way that Shahbaz Ahmed, the best figures for a Sunriser spinner in a playoff, the way that Abhishek Sharma came to the party as well. If you have a look at what are our Asian Paints super saves, haters, this is where they act.
How it looked a bit tacky, it looked a bit slow, the ball's not going to get up. 275, played 260. So we'll let you off, Ados.
Thanks, brother.
So we're back to Kevin and Matthew now.
Did you hear the Kevin in the middle there?
I did.
I had the giggles on.
I heard it, Kevin. So Kevin...
Just own their plans. And in finals where margins are small, if you can do that, you get up.
Yeah.
You know what's going to be really entertaining, KP, is the conversations that Abhishek Sharma is going to open now as an opening left-hander batter who can...
So you're saying you're a bowler?
Well, 10 Test wickets. Who
were they?
I've got
anyone of note.
I've got MS Dhoni in my pocket.
Okay.
I've got Sachin Tendulkar in my pocket.
I was about to make a point, and that wasn't it.
Well, don't say that I was just a batter. I was a bowler. I'm just correcting you.
Okay. Well, my point is, you absolute
I
muppet.
lost the point somewhere, Hidos. Would you like me to set you up again? Carry on. Abhishek Sharma.
Thank you, madam. My point is, in the post-match presentation, he said to us that he wasn't worried about his batting. What he was worried about is making sure that he was bowling. And that's clever vision for his own game, because it allows him to have these conversations that we're just having about what is the next stage of his career. And it's fabulous to think, because he's entertained us with the bat. He's been game-changing in terms of the Tata IPL with the bat. So now we're being entertained with some quality bowling. And guess what? You know, in the rematch, in the final, it's red clay country. That says spin.
I just actually popped out to the middle there just to go and have a look at the wicket, just to feel if there was any dew. And I spoke to the groundsman and I said to him, "Where's the game on Sunday?" And he said, "Mumbai wicket, the Mumbai wicket, the Mumbai clay." And that obviously means the bounce, the bit of spin, but it also means high scoring, which is great.
I would hate to get out to you, Kevin Peterson. I'm glad I'm not in your pocket, because that would be a nightmare.
We would be reminded of that for an eternity. We will continue this little Ashes reunion, but before that we'll go. This to be the final, and that's the beauty of this game, the unpredictability that we have seen in it, the kind of dominance in the passages of play that we've seen these two teams. And also, KP, if you think about it, it's like a rematch of qualifier one, but how things change.
Well, I didn't like the way that Sunrisers threw in the towel the other evening in Ahmedabad, and I think that it's going to put them on the back foot for the start on Sunday. I think that the way that they just finished that game off, Pat Cummins gave Travis Head the ball and Shreyas Iyer just went bang, 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 bang. It'll give KKR a lot of confidence going here, knowing that they've already beaten them a couple of days ago. So it's going to be really hard for Sunrisers to get up, but I think that they will get up. Because, I was calling the SA20. They won the SA20. I think they won the first year of SA20. So they know how to win. They've got a structure that knows how to win. And when you've got that belief within the franchise, that belief within the ownership, then momentum has it your way. And I'm actually very, very happy that Sunrisers have got through to the final, just because of what they've done to the game of cricket in the last 8 to 9 weeks. I think it is absolutely right that Sunrisers are in this final.
I'm very confident that KKR are going to win here. Just because I want to disagree with this bloke here again. No, in all seriousness though, having a few days off, having the ability to be able to watch this match, understand what the strengths are, what the possibilities, the weaknesses are of Sunrisers Hyderabad, as Kevin mentioned, having defeated them as well, I think that's a great momentum changer. And I also just feel with their quality spin of Narayan and Chakravarti in particular, that on the red clays is going to make a difference. I'm not saying it's going to turn a long way, but it's one department where I actually was very confident in Rajasthan Royals this evening as well. I thought they were going to be a shoo-in to win this match, in particular on a par score. And so it went against them. So I'm on a roll of being wrong, which is not pleasing to me, but guys, at least I can admit it, okay?
We're on first name basis here on Amul Cricket Live. That's never a good sign if we come to first name basis. That's how high the stakes are when you build up to a great finale, where we will also be joined by Imagine Dragons. Take a look. To that, and also looking forward a couple of weeks ahead to the big matchup, the greatest rivalry, India taking
that sort of mantra of how you need to go into, you know, those first 5 and how you close out those last 5 as well.
Do you think it will in the World Cup?
Mate, I do. I just think cricket is a habit, as you know, KP, and once you sort of get into a thirst of a certain way of scoring, I think that's going to be the new standard.
The theme.
I know that impact subs have played a major role in that, which won't be, you know, partaking in the T20 World Cup, but I think it's a mindset thing. Their strength and why they are such a dark horse in this competition, Pakistan, is that they have 4-pronged pace attack, which has got airspeed, has got swing, has got cutters, it's got reverse swing. Nasim Shah wasn't available for the last T20 World Cup, and that makes a huge difference. Genuine fast outswingers. You know, obviously, Shaheen Shah Afridi is a real weapon of mass destruction, including the captain of India as well. He's got his measure with the fast outswingers coming back into Rohit Sharma. So there's lots of really juicy, tantalising competitions that we're going to see. Always is that question mark over Pakistan, and that's how they defensively go about their operations. In the field, they can be fragmented, and they'll need to own that this World Cup if they're going to push on and be anywhere near the pointy end of the stick.
The thing is about Pakistan as well is they actually haven't played any of this cricket over the last 9 to 10 weeks, whereas a lot of the international players have been playing this cricket. So it's whether they can make that adjustment that the players have made over the last 8 weeks, because it takes time to adjust to that kind of mindset. You don't know, where do you think they're going to end up?
The big factor on the 9th of next month as well is the fact that if whoever wins that match, it's just such a significant moment inside that dressing room, because I've been a part of 2 dressing rooms where they've won and they've lost, and they've been completely different tournaments on that basis.
Yeah.
I mean, Australia and England, we have a rivalry, but it's nothing like India and Pakistan, and it's very difficult to bounce. So whomever wins that match up in New York on the 9th is going to have, you know, a really dominant position. The whole country will get behind that, and the media will get behind it. You know, players will start to look in a different light as to whomever wins that match as well.
Yep.
So, you know, really big match up in New York.
The one in MCG was one to be seen, where Virat won that match from nowhere, and yet Pakistan went down to resurrect themselves from the loss of that and reach the final. And speaking of resurrection, Sunrisers Hyderabad have done that as well. Last season they were at the bottom of the table. But it's the pressure of a finale now. It's about summoning that spirit of championship, the hard work that you put in, and forgetting your previous encounters. Is that at all possible?
It is about just getting it right, really as simple as that. You've done all the hard work, you've traversed the country, you've been in and out of planes, buses, different hotels, different beds. You know, it's a really challenging, rigorous tournament. And it's only for those that are strong-hearted that get a chance to really lift that trophy at the end of it. Luck will always play a little bit of a role. There's no question of that in a sports person's life. But more than anything, it is about making sure on the day you're committed to your team. And what I saw from Rajasthan Royals, why they're not here, is they were committed on one side of the match, and then on the other side with the bat, they just did not quite believe. And they felt the strain of that, the tension of that, and they succumbed to that. Sunrisers Hyderabad, on the other hand, have bounced. It's not easy to bounce. We were just talking about that with India and Pakistan. When you get in big matches and you lose, there's an opportunity for you to go back into your shell. Finals are not about doing that. Finals are about sticking your chest out, owning your space, understanding your space, and then really going in with trying to reveal a jugular and go in for the kill. That's a final. That's the mentality you have to be there. It is a hunt, KP, and you need to be in it. Absolutely.
Where will this battle be won with these 2 respective sides, which is the most crucial phase of this game? Don't say the toss, because today the toss wasn't true.
The toss is 50-50. I think I actually think that you've got to think to yourself that the dew is going to come, and if it doesn't come, you've also got to prepare yourself for that. I think it's all about the mindset, and it's all about the confidence coming into this fixture, and that's where I think KKR have got the advantage, because of the way that they've played, the manner in which they won qualifier 1, the manner in which they've been here for 3 or 4 days, also the way that a lot of their players are playing, the form of Sunil Narine at the top of the order, the form of Venki, the way that he batted. Shreyas Iyer, the skipper, got 50 not out the other night. Their bowlers, I mean, they've got wonderful spinners, Chakravarti with Narine. They've got a full squad of match winners, but that doesn't also dishearten the fact that Sunrisers Hyderabad have also got some players on there, and if they stick together and they group together, and we've had a few of them that have been interviewed just around us here, they look very happy. They're very smiley, and that is also the key. And I think with Daniel Vettori at the helm, there's not going to be much chat over the next couple of days. I don't think there's been much chat the whole tournament. All that's been from Daniel Vettori is very quiet, very collected, and he's very unassuming, but when he talks, people listen. He doesn't talk too much, and he's very positive, and he backs his players, and he backs every single individual. So I think the man management at Sunrisers this year has been outstanding because of him, and I think we'll see that they'll be up for a massive battle on Sunday.
The question is the hole for mine for KKR, and that hole is Salt. And a little bit like Josh Butler with Rajasthan Royals, we saw TKC come into that side, and he's a quarter of the player of Josh Butler, and I feel that Salt is a big loss to them.
Yeah.
And it also means that Sunil Narayan has to actually do a little bit more, if that's even possible.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be thinking that way. I hope his team is not identifying that as a potential threat.
You do, though, don't you? You do as a player.
Don't
you lose your part. I mean, you opened the batting with Langer, and if you lost Langer, you knew that there was so much more responsibility on you. And I think that's what Narayan will be thinking.
It'd be like if we lost
I was just
Langer. You lost Langer. Imagine we lost Langer and we had to wrap this
Can
show
you
up.
imagine if you and I had to stand here like this? No
You
longer?
can. It's fine. I can go. I'm a Binny now, so I can just use that as an excuse.
Listen, Miss Lavender, you're coming back right here, would you please?
If you leave these two clowns here for the next 10 minutes.
We aren't going anywhere with England's best all-rounder at our services.
Absolutely.
I acknowledge that.
Super King at our services on that grand finale on Super Sunday when the Knights take on Sunrisers Hyderabad. We'll see you on Amal Cricket Live at 6 p.m. For now, let's enjoy. Do we have a day off? We better have a day off. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.